All right, this is John Brabbs from RunMichigan.com down here at the 2024 Olympic Trials Marathon talking to Dot McMahan, and she just finished up at the marathon a little earlier, and looked like you ran a great time out there.
Yeah, it didn't go nearly as bad as it could have. I kind of adjusted pretty early. It took me about 5 miles to kind of like acclimate mentally to the conditions, and I slowed down pretty early. Like by mile 1, I was like, oh, this is just too fast. And so I pretty much stayed around that pace, up or down by a few seconds, the whole race. And by about 10 miles, I was like, I feel like really good. And I think I can negative split this race. Like I feel good. And so I just kept at it and like just did all the things. Every time you pass water, you grab a bottle of water, you dump it all over yourself. Every time we went past sponges, I'm grabbing sponges and stuffing them places, and just make sure every time I had my fluids, I was taking them all in. And you just kind of like, this is just like drill for me. Like this is my 21st marathon, and I just like know what to do. But I'm also not tied to a time anymore. Like some of my younger teammates, I know they want to run fast times, and that's important to them, and high places and stuff like that. And for me, I just, I know a good effort day. Today was a really good effort day, 2:38. Totally respectable, and I had fun. Every time I came up on somebody, I just tried to be encouraging and just have fun. And I had a few conversations along the way, and really enjoyed everybody out there cheering for me and just giving me that support. I heard a lot of really great things along the course, like, you're my hero, or like, that lady's 47, look at her go. That stuff's just like a lot of hype along the way that just kind of fueled my soul to keep going and keep pushing. And I just had a ton of fun. And that's really what I wanted out of this experience, was to have a good time.
And when you ran your first Olympic trials, did you ever think you would be back for 4 more
Never.
after that?
Absolutely not. I don't really know how I see the future sometimes, but I can guarantee you that I do not think that I would be here like at 47. I will say the technology of shoes has helped tremendously to keep me healthy and keep me going, and but also just my teammates and their youth and their excitement in the sport, and the respect that they have for me. It's just really nice and exciting. And I always say this, like, I'm here for the social. I know it's a lot of physical hard work, but what I really love and what keeps me coming back is the social, the people that I meet, and the experiences I get to share with them. And Kevin and I keep having these heart-to-hearts of like, hey, let's enjoy this. This could be our last one, kind of thing. And I don't know. I just don't feel like it's the last one, but like, we know it's winding down eventually,
Yeah. And I'm sure it was exciting out there just with the crowds out there, right?
They just carried me. There was so many people everywhere, and they were yelling very specific things to me. And, I appreciate that. People did their research. These aren't your regular fans. These aren't people just coming out to cheer whoever's running by. These are fans of the sport, people who know the backstories, who take the time to read all those stories leading up to the trials. And those stories are important, the personal stories and the journeys that are sharing, where, everyone's sharing, and like, people get attached, and, they come out and they want to cheer for that person. They want to see them do their best. And just really impressed. I wasn't near the front, so like, for people that could continue to cheer for me, it was so great. I can't say enough good things about it.
Yeah. And I know you spent most of your time training up north, so...
I did not come down here with the team and train in Florida. That's totally my choice. I'm always welcome to, but it's hard to leave your family behind, and my daughter's having her own running career now, and I want to be a part of those things, and so it was going to be difficult to go down to Florida. And like I said, I do everything by effort these days. I'm not really tied to any certain times anymore. To qualify was a big time goal.
Yeah.
And, that was special. So that's all I really needed to worry about. Once I got here, it was just fun.
Yeah, and I know I saw you out one morning running, so...
We always run into each other on the trail, so...
So I know you were out there in some of those tough conditions, which was awesome to see, and then to be able to come down here and still run in this kind of weather, so...
I've had a lot of experience in not so great conditions. whether it was heat or otherwise. I think just making that mental shift of like, okay, you know, fitness is fitness, but like effort is effort. And so you got to make sure you know where you're at.
So now I'll ask you a little other question about, I know you're out there coaching too with the Oakland University. So
I am.
How exciting has that been for you?
I mean, those guys are just so supportive. Like the coaches and staff are supportive. You know, I had tons of messages from my athletes, and you know, they repost a lot of stuff on social media, and I'm not really great at social media, so like they really fill that hole for me. Like, but yeah, I mean, I love being around the youth and like their excitement and their reaching their goals. I mean, it just rubs off on me too. I know people think of it the opposite way, like, oh, I'm successful and my goals rub off on them, but it's actually a lot of the reverse. You know, seeing them run PRs and hit big goals, that keeps me going too.
No, that's cool. So I mean, you're a professional runner. You're coaching in college, and your daughter's running high school. So that's got to be exciting to see your daughter out there running too.
I mean, it's been a journey for her too. You know, she didn't start off in the sport, and getting her on board with trying to follow in my shadow. You know, I that's got to be really hard, and a lot of pressure. I don't really know what it feels like, but you know, she's come into her own, and she works really hard at it. You know, I don't know where running's going to take her, but I know that she's working hard at that, and you know, that's just good for life, to work hard at something. And you know, I'm so proud of her for reaching their goals that she sets for herself, you know, and just trying to be supportive. And you know, I won't be able to run with her much the next few days or week, but you know, I'll make sure that she's set up for her runs. And I kind of like being the person on the side. It's not a bad gig, you know.
Now, what do you get to do to enjoy yourself for the next week?
I am doing a lot of work for the next few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like, thank you. I just, you know, kind of stack up a lot of work just to keep my mind busy since I won't be running.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm planning to do some cross training for probably about 2 weeks. I really need to give myself like a big reset, you know. So I'm going to try to do some cross training. We got fitness passes at Oakland University, my daughter and I did.
Cool.
So, you know, she'll want to run on the treadmill and I could just bike or do whatever. So she's a good influence on me.
That's nice. Well, congratulations out here. And I know you inspire a lot of people, you know, because to see somebody out here at 47 running Olympic trials is really exciting. And I know that kind of shows people can stay in the sport for a long time.
You really can, you know, it's just a matter of keeping up with all the work, you know, and that's, you know, sometimes that's hard. But the other thing is you can step away for a little while and kind of back off, and you can get back into it. There's nothing that says you have to stay on it 100% for years and years and years and years. You can take a little break, you can come back, you know, and injuries are going to happen anyway. So don't feel like you can't take a break because, you know, maybe someone in your family needs some extra help or whatever. Like, go do that stuff too. Running will always be there for you.
All right. Well, Dot, thank you. It's always fun interviewing you, and I really appreciate it. So